is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's stream. Happy Thursday. We are almost at the weekend. We're going to hang out for a little bit, talk some Scream theories and some other horror, whatever we want to get into. So if you have any Scream theories you want to throw out there, start dropping them in the chat. We'll get into them. Anything else you want to talk about, start dropping it in the chat and we will talk about it. We got some horror updates lately, so we'll get into that as well. I see we have 19 people here right now, which is amazing. Thank you so much for being here. It's kind of a weird time, maybe. I usually stream later at night. Today's kind of an early one because I know that I won't be able to stream later, but I know there's a lot of people out there who request me to do earlier streams, so hopefully those people can make it to this one. We'll probably hang out for about an hour. Not too long today. I've been doing kind of long ones lately, but I got a lot going on later tonight. And we do have a goal that is going on in the chat. A lot going on later. Oh, whoops. Let me mute myself. My stream is open in another tab. We have a goal going on. If we can hit the goal for the super chats, we'll do a bonus stream next week. So if we can get 10 $5 super chats within the hour, we will do the bonus stream next week. But let's get into it. Hey Matthew, welcome to the stream. Thanks for being here. You said, I'm hoping in Scream 7 we get better Gale chase scenes like her chase scene in 2, since her chase scene in 6 wasn't as good in my opinion. Totally agree. I said this during my Scream 2 watch party last night. That chase scene with Gale in Scream 2 might be the best chase scene of the whole franchise, honestly. And her chase scene in 6 was decent, but it just wasn't as good as Scream 2. So hopefully with Kevin Williamson back, we'll return to what things used to be, Horror Fanatic is here. Welcome to the stream. You said, have you seen Sinners? Ryan Coogler has no plans for a sequel. I heard that they are planning to do a sequel. So I don't know. I saw a few posts on Twitter about a sequel for Sinners being in development. So I'm not sure. Fahid, I think is how you say your name. You said, in my opinion, I think Stu Charlie will come back. Who you think? Definitely Stu, for sure. You guys know all my theories about Stu. Charlie, not so much. There was a time where I did kind of believe that theory. I think it's kind of been debunked. So Stu for sure. Rory Culkin, who plays Charlie, has said that he feels he was done with the franchise and that he wouldn't really want to return. Horror Fanatic also says Saw is back on Blumhouse, own the franchise now. Yes, I heard about that. Saw, a couple months ago, we heard that the franchise was pretty much dead. For whatever reason, they couldn't agree on where the next sequel was headed or whatever. But yeah, I heard that Blumhouse now has the rights. But apparently, I'm not too knowledgeable about it, but apparently they merged with James Wan, his production company. He's the director of the first movie. So he kind of has creative rights for the next sequel, I think. So that's exciting. I still have yet to see Saw X. I don't know what the holdup is for me. I heard it was so good. I do love the Saw franchise. I was actually thinking maybe we'll do a watch party here on the channel because I've never seen it. Hey, Harvey. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. We have 34 people here right now. I can't wait for Rowan Bridger in Scream 7. Yeah, I'm excited to see how he comes back. Is it a flashback? Is it a hallucination of Sydney's? Is it a dream sequence? Maybe she has a dream about him like she did with Maureen in Scream 3. And, you know, we're all thinking that like Scream 7 is going to have some callbacks to Scream 3, the same way Screams 5 and 6 had some similarities to 1 and 2. So we'll see. Could it be the whole AI theory that everyone is running with? I don't know. June is already flying by. This year is going fast. I agree. This year has been an absolute blur. Like, what do you mean it's June? It was literally just New Year's Eve. That's actually insane. You know what I actually think about? The day that we got the Matthew Lillard news about him returning, and the same day we heard about Scott Foley returning, that was January 30th. But that feels like a month ago we got that news. That's insane. Like, what? Heichel Hires is here. Welcome. Hey, Alex. Oliver has been a member for 3 months. Thank you so much, Oliver. I appreciate you supporting the channel every month and being here in the streams. Mr. Rick is here but cannot stay. Just stopping by to say hi. I have a question. Do you think they're going to show a teaser or a trailer for 7 when I Know What You Did Last Summer comes out? I think it's possible. We've kind of been talking about that in the streams lately. Yeah, you know, I feel like we could get multiple teasers. Like, even now, they could drop a teaser now. Like, why not? You know, the movie's filmed. Just throw something quick together. Like Ghostface, a line from Ghostface with the logo. That's it. Like, it doesn't even need to be a scene or anything. So yeah, I think we could possibly get a teaser as early as next month. But I don't know. I still have faith Mickey will come back. Do you think Mickey might have a chance? Not really. We talk about this sometimes in my streams. You know, technically he wasn't shot in the head, so like anything's possible because the franchise literally emphasizes that unless the killer's shot in the head, they can always come back. So is it possible? Yes. How likely is it? I don't think it's very likely. I just don't think it's necessary to bring him back. We're getting so close to Scream 7, I can't believe it. Yeah, I mean, it's still a ways away, but we were just saying how quickly time is flying. It's insane. Like, you know, it's already June. We're already almost a whole week into June. And then once we're in the middle of summer, it's almost Halloween season. And then it's almost Christmas time. And then pretty much at Christmas time, like the real countdown begins because it comes out in February. So it will be here before we know it. Blake says, I've been a watcher for a while, but found you from your Yellow Jackets content early season 3. I'm glad you love Scream too. I'm happy I made a stream. Thank you so much, Blake. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, you know, I miss making the Yellow Jackets content. There hasn't been much to really talk about lately. I have put out a few videos for Yellow Jackets after the season ended, but it's been like a few weeks since I put anything out. So now it's just Scream 7 mode for me and Dexter because Dexter comes back soon, next month. So I don't have any plans for any Yellow Jackets content right now, but if I can think of something, I'll make a video. Hey, Flips. Hey, Horror Queen. Hey, Ashley. Harvey says, after Scream 2 watch along yesterday, I can confirm that Mickey is still alive. I don't know. I don't know about that. Hey, Carl. I've started watching Dexter from the beginning. Great show. Do you think Kirby will get a mention in Scream 7? Dexter is a great show. It's possibly my favorite show of all time. Kirby mentioned in 7? Possibly, yeah. I feel like they should. I feel like because Sydney wasn't there for Scream 6, so Gail should kind of give her a little recap somehow. Just talk about what happened in New York. And the twins are there as well, so they could kind of be talking about what happened a few years ago in New York City and talk about how Kirby was there to help out. I think that would be fun. Justin says, I thought the trailer made that Gale chase scene look insane, then it didn't live up to expectations. I agree. I agree with you. Yeah, it looked amazing in the trailer. I don't know. I don't know. Derek says never watched Sinners. Me either. I haven't seen it yet. Is it? Did I hear it's on digital now? So maybe I'll give it a watch. I heard it was really good, so. Alex coming through with the Scream 7 countdown, 267 days. Derek says Stu is definitely back. I agree with you. Hey, psychopath. Welcome to the stream. I would making Scream less bloody, like the old films, but with story that makes sense. I would not need Sydney. I would make a new story, new protagonist, new motivation for the killer. I mean, I like that Sydney's back, so I think eventually we'll probably move on to a new protagonist. But it's Sydney time right now. Do you think Saw 11 could be a sequel to Jigsaw 2017? I don't know. So I don't think I've seen Jigsaw either. I was saying earlier how I haven't seen Saw X. I am a fan of the Saw franchise, but I think like the last 3 movies I just never saw. I don't know why. So I don't know about this. But I know Saw X was like a prequel, but doesn't it take place between 1 and 2? So I don't really know what Jigsaw was about. So I'm not sure. Hey, Tristan. Yeah, I gotta watch Saw X. You know, lately I've been like branching out more and watching, just knocking off my watch list and like watching movies that I haven't seen before. So maybe I will watch this soon. But like I said, I have to watch like the 2 movies before that first. I have an issue with like I always want to rewatch movies that I've seen before that I love. So I have an issue with rewatching things and not watching new things, but I'm trying to change that lately. Hey Russell. Yes, please, everyone who is here right now, give the stream a like. It definitely helps out the channel. Hey Miroslav. It is hot outside. It's like 90 degrees today. I got my fan on me right now. You can probably see Ghostface blowing in the wind behind me. I can't stand the heat. I really don't like summertime. Fall is my favorite season. But in recent years, fall feels like summer. It's like so hot in the fall. I hate it. Hey, chocolate ice. Harvey says, I absolutely loved Sinners, and a sequel is definitely possible, but I'm not sure about a sequel so soon after the first one. Yeah, I see some people saying, like, does this really need a sequel? But I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know. Dewey is returning. Don't know if he's alive. Probably not. I feel like he's going to be a flashback or something like that. But some people have a theory that he's alive, like Marcus from I Shot Him 6 Times. You guys know him. If not, go subscribe. He just put out a theory video about it the other day, or today, or yesterday. Oliver says, I'm the biggest Saw fan and I would love for you to do a watch party. I'll be right there to watch. All right, maybe we will do a Saw X watch party. I think maybe the other two that I haven't seen yet, I will do on my own so that we can just do the Saw X watch party. Do we acknowledge the Scream TV series? Never saw it. I mean, we acknowledge it, but it can't compare to the movies, and it doesn't tie into the movies. So in my opinion, it's a completely separate thing. It's, it's good though. So it's worth a watch. I think you should watch it. You should cover some other Wes Craven movies like Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, I try to branch out a little bit on the channel, specifically during Halloween season. I don't know if I've ever really covered the Nightmare franchise, but if I do, it might not be until like October. Hey DJ. Hey Francisco. Yes, I agree, Sebastian. I was saying this during the Screen 2 watch party last night. Yeah, Randy says in Scream 2 how sequels have a bigger kill count and carnage candy. There's 3 kills right there they could have had with the sorority girls and Joshua Jackson. I agree, Psychopath. This is exactly what I've said on my channel before. I have a video about this, my thoughts on the AI theory. Because a lot of people who are not Stu believers think, oh, Stu's just going to be AI. He's not alive. But this is what you said is what I think. Like, the whole writer's strike had to do somewhat with AI taking over the real thing. Kevin Williamson was there to protest. So with the AI theory, if they introduce Stu as an AI thing in the first half of the movie, he's going to show up at the end because nothing can replace the real thing. Yeah, any Scream 7 teaser trailers that are out there right now are just fan made. Nothing is real. Believe me, if it was out, you would hear about it from me. Isaac, yeah, he's a good villain in Dexter. I love how towards the end there, they sort of became friendly. Like that scene on the boat where they're talking. I like that. My favorite thing in movies is like enemies to friends or enemies to lovers. Like that is my favorite. Do you think it's possible that Stu staged his own death by killing someone at his party and then dressing them in his clothes? It would be hard to tell it wasn't Stu because his face would be deformed. I don't know. So I don't think that Stu was planning on faking his death, I think Sydney tried to kill him. He lived. And I mean, I have this theory that the police helped cover it up, The police in a small town were probably friends with his family. they had money. I think they paid off the police to get him out of this situation. So I don't think it was like premeditated, him planning to fake his death and um killing someone at the party for that purpose. So, hey Jesse. DJ, so the goal to reach 10 is for super chats. So if we can get 10 $5 super chats within the next 38 minutes, we will do a bonus stream next week. So if that is something that you guys are interested in, the goal is there in the chat. But either way, we're just hanging out. Apparently, Scream 7 is going to leave on a twist. It may be about Sydney unmasking Ghostface or Sydney dying or a character from the past returning to the franchise. What do you think? I think it's Dewey Riley's return. So Scream 7 ending on a cliffhanger is something that I would love. I hope that it has to do with Stu. I just hope that he gets away with things at the end of 7 to lead us into Scream 8 so that we can get a full movie with Stu in Scream 8. Hey, Derek. Thank you, Horror Fanatic. Even though we want Stu to be alive, we should tread lightly when discussing this subject. I am not completely confident that Stu is alive, largely due to what certain YouTubers have said. And if Stu is dead, the Stu deniers are going to have a field day, gloating that we were incorrect all along, or gloating that they were correct all along. I get what you're saying, but I will not tread lightly. Stu being alive is my passion. I don't care. I don't care if, if we end up being wrong, which I don't think we will. It's not like the way that I talk about it is in a very positive way. It's not like I bash on the non-believers and say, "Oh, you're stupid, you're wrong, I'm right." I don't say things like, "Oh, when you're proven wrong, you're going to be sorry." So if I end up being wrong, I don't think it's going to be I won't be embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I talk about it in a positive way. I'm thinking that when the non-believers are proven wrong, they're going to feel stupid for being so mean about it, you know? So I'm not going to give up on my passion. I'm not going to stop talking about it because this is what I believe and it's all in good fun. I am just having fun. So yeah, we need a higher kill count in Scream 7. I mean, Scream 6, man, there were like no big deaths at all. So the Lake of Fire Entertainment is here and says, haven't caught a live in a while. Did you color your hair? I did, yes. I am blonde now. Thank you for joining the stream. Matthew says, I think Sydney may die in Scream 8 because I read that Kevin Williamson planned to kill Sydney in Scream 3 with the Stu script, but the script got scrapped. I don't know. Will they kill Sydney one day? Maybe. Justin says Saw went off the rails until Saw X revived it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to do a Saw X watch party eventually. Might not be for a while, because we're probably going to finish the Scream franchise, and then I do have some other watch parties that I want to do. We've been talking about it lately in the streams. I want to do Hereditary. I want to do Happy Death Day, and I also want to do Ma, because we're getting a Ma sequel. But I don't know. I'm thinking Ma can wait because the sequel won't be out for a while. And I've been wanting to watch Saw X, so maybe that will be the first one we do after Scream. Companion was good. I liked it. Jack Quaid was great, and so was Sophie Thatcher. I'm a huge fan of Sophie Thatcher these days. She's so good. I agree. Fall and winter are my favorite. Spring, I'm not crazy about. But it's all right because it's still like chilly out a little bit. I just hate the heat. I hate the summertime. Yeah, the Scream show is not, well, you know, Radio Silence sort of confirmed that they're connected a little bit, because in Scream 6, on the subway on Halloween, someone is wearing a costume with the Brandon James mask. So I don't know if the movies and the show take place in the same universe, or if the TV show exists in Scream, if you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Hey, Climinator. Have you seen Do You Want to Know a Secret from 2001? It has Joey Lawrence and the blonde cheerleader from the bathroom. I have not seen that. I'm not even sure I've heard of it. Have you seen Wes Craven's My Soul to Take? It gets a lot of hate, but I personally think it's great. I have not seen that either. Dream Warriors is great, and so is New Nightmare. Hey, Captain J. Hey, Leah. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're feeling better. Percy is throwing out a super chat. Thank you, Percy. Who wins, Brian Moser or Terry Silver? Who is Terry Silver? From the Karate Kid? I've never really seen the Karate Kid. But even without seeing it, I just know Brian Moser would win. He is like lethal. So that is my answer. Thank you so much, Percy, for supporting the channel. Hey, J-Rod. In Dave Arquette's last interview, he said he pitched the idea to the director, Dewey being a ghost face. What if Dewey returns in Scream 7 as a ghost face, not alive, maybe a nightmare? What interview is this? I haven't seen it. Yeah, I mean, I would not like Dewey ever being a ghost face, but you're saying in a nightmare, so like, what, Gail would have a nightmare that he's Ghostface? I mean, that could be interesting, I guess. Not premeditated. I'm asking if he could have done it on the fly after getting the TV smashed on his face. Well, I don't think there were any dead bodies there for him to like swap clothes with. You know, all of the young teens left to go see, they either left the party first or left to go see Principal Himbry. So I feel like he couldn't have done that. So what I'm thinking is the police got there, found him with the TV smashed on him, but he was still breathing, which we do see him still breathing in the last scene that we see him. So then I'm thinking like Sheriff Burke could have called up his parents like, what do we do here? Your son was involved. I actually think I have a whole theory about this on the channel. I think that Sheriff Burke could have called his parents way before Sydney even dropped the TV on him, because before the reveal, Sydney's in the cop car, gets through to the police, and she says, I'm at Stu Macher's house. He's trying to kill me. The way that she worded that sounds like she is literally saying to the police, Stu's the killer. At that point, she didn't even know that. And that's not what she meant. She meant, I'm at Stu's house. The killer's trying to kill me. But the way she worded it sounded like Stu's the killer. So if that message got through to the police and Sheriff Burke heard it, this was before the reveal. So plenty of time passes between that scene and when the cops show up at the end. Sheriff Burke could have called his parents and said, your son is responsible for what's going on in town right now. What do we do about this? And the parents could have been like, please help our son. We will pay you. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't think Stu swapped clothes with anyone to like fake his death. I think the police helped him when they got there. The question is, what is Stu waiting for all these years, or was he just recovering? So I'm thinking that it's possible he was working in the shadows in every sequel. I have a video on this that I put out like 2 months ago I think it was called Where Has Stu Been for 30 Years? Or What Has He Been Doing for 30 Years? And I'm thinking that it's possible that he was orchestrating the events of every sequel, and he, didn't want to do the dirty work himself. He had others doing the dirty work for him, and now it's time to reveal himself. So, the question, where has he been all these years? What if he was there all along? It's possible if they do it right. I don't really think Roman was the one to start the cult. I agree, Derek. I want Stu to get away at the end of 7, bring us to Scream 8, have a full movie with Matthew Lillard. Hey, because movies. Roman is the only Ghostface smart enough and believable enough to do a cult. Maybe recruiting his cousin, Jill. Jill actually mentions Roman in Scream 4 in a deleted scene, but it got cut. I think Stu's smart enough to start a cult. I mean, how would Roman recruit Jill? Because Jill was very young during the events of Scream 3. She was probably like 6 years old. So I don't think that is possible. I hope they never kill Sydney. Hope Sydney doesn't get killed off. Yeah, I have a feeling they'll never kill Sydney. Yeah. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate that. I love Melissa and Jenna both said Roman was their favorite Ghostface. Yeah, also Nev Campbell said Roman's her favorite. I also think Anna Camp is a killer. I think she's secretly Leslie Macher, Stu's sister. I mean, Stu not being alive wouldn't be easy for me to deal with. I'll be devastated. I will. But I just mean as far as like the non-believers being like, haha, see, told you were wrong. Like whatever. I don't care. But I'll be bummed if he's not alive. Hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. No, I've never seen The Karate Kid. Hey, Marcus. Thank you. I mentioned you earlier because we were talking about Dewey possibly being alive. I told everyone about your theory video. So yeah, check it out. Go to I Shot Him 6 Times, subscribe, check out his Dewey theory. Oh, absolutely. The scary episode of Boy Meets World is so good. I was obsessed with it as a kid. Still obsessed with it to this day. Rewatch it every Halloween season. Yeah, I love how it's like an homage to Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, so you know, we all know the theory about Stu running the Stab subreddit where he's recruiting people for his cult, like Amber and Richie in Scream 5, Jason and Greg in Scream 6. But I do think it's interesting that Mrs. Loomis met Mickey on a serial killer website or something. That is interesting. Maybe it's all tied together. Bye, Miroslav. Thanks for hanging out. What would you think of a new meta kill by having Stu's Ghostface cult show up at a horror convention and kill some stab actors? because of them revisiting Stab in universe for either 7 or 8. That would actually be pretty cool. I would like that. Hey, Raggedy Man. What's more likely, Sydney dying or a Ghostface actually being arrested instead of murdered and put to trial? I think a Ghostface being arrested is more likely than Sydney dying. Jamie Campbell Bower would be a good Ghostface. I love him. I've loved him for years. Ever since he was in the Mortal Instruments movie, I was obsessed with those books. Like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, obsessed with the books. I read most of them and loved him in that movie. He's in so many good franchises. Like he's in Harry Potter, he's in Twilight, he's in Stranger Things. Yeah, Stu's alive, but I think they're going to kill him eventually. They have to. Definitely leading a Ghostface cult. Why would Matthew Lillard be so open to admitting that he's in fact going to be in Scream 7? I mean, they had to announce it. There was a spoiler leak, so they had to tell us. But, you know, he's being very secretive about how he's returning. He can't just straight up say, "I'm alive, I'm Ghostface, I'm leading a cult." What if it's Stu's son who is behind the cult? Stu made a video explaining everything, so he takes revenge towards everyone. I don't know. I've heard a lot of people with that theory. I think a lot of people are kind of over the whole relative thing, like Ghostface, a new Ghostface being related to a past Ghostface. So I don't know. In fact, I filmed a video earlier today where I kind of talked about this a little bit. That video might be out tomorrow or Saturday. So stay tuned for that. I do have a Scream 7 video planned. I know I've kind of been like focusing on Dexter lately. It's just because, you know, Dexter's coming out next month. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about with Dexter. Scream 7, there hasn't been like a lot of news. And as far as like theories and stuff, I've done so many theories on the channel that it's like hard to think of new theories. I got to get creative and like think of some new stuff. But I put out a Scream video the other day. If you haven't seen that yet, please check it out after the stream. And I have one planned for the next couple of days. Hey, Kane. Welcome to the stream. If they plan to kill Stu in Scream 7, better not bring him at this point. I disagree. You know, I want to see him. I want to see him be alive. There's a lot that they can do with it. Have him leading the cult, have one more showdown with Sydney. Find out that he's been behind the events of Screams 5 and 6, possibly the earlier sequels, but we don't know. I feel like he has to come back to tie in the past 2 movies. There's been so many clues. I feel like that's where it's headed. Um, and they're gonna have to kill him. Like, you know? I mean, I do kind of agree. I hope he stays alive till Scream 8 so we can spend some more time with him. But um if they do kill him at the end of 7, I won't be mad about it as long as he's alive, you know? I'll take anything. Um Hold on one second. Let me turn on my light because it is dark in here. All right, that is better. We're probably gonna go for like 10, 15 more minutes, maybe. Quick one today, quick hour. Um, I probably won't be able to stream this weekend either, so this is the last stream until earliest Sunday, maybe Monday. We will see. Scotty is here throwing out a super chat. Thank you, Scotty. You said Sid's dad is in the background still. Think he was in cahoots with Stu and Billy? After we watched Scream 1, the way he delivers thought I heard something was sus. I don't think so. I don't think he was in cahoots with Stu and Billy. If he was, I feel like we would have found out by now, you know? Like I feel like that would have been a grand reveal in Scream 3. Like imagine in 3 we found out that he was actually working with Roman with a similar motive, like, you know, being burned by Maureen. Like, obviously Maureen didn't accept Roman, so that's his motive, and then the fact that Maureen cheated on Neil. They could have, like, teamed up, Neil and Roman. But no, I don't think he was in cahoots with Stu and Billy. We would have found out by now. Also, just I don't think the way he delivers thought I heard something was sus. I think it's just because he heard Billy. Like, he actually did hear Billy in the room. So I don't think so. Thank you, Scotty, for your super chat. Always supporting the channel and being here for the streams. Leah says, I don't know if it's just me, but Asa Gurman to me looks like Billy or Mickey, but either way, he has the look of a serial killer, just like Billy. Maybe his character is somewhat related. He does have that look. Like, he looks like a serial killer for sure. And I wonder if he's going to be revealed as a killer, or is that too obvious? You know? They want you to think he's a killer, but maybe he's not, or maybe that is misleading in a way. You know, make it so obvious that he's a killer that we're not expecting it to be him, which is kind of what they did with Billy. Like, Billy is giving serial killer the entire movie. So you probably think like, oh, it can't be him, too obvious, but it was him. So I don't know. Silver Princess is here throwing out a super chat. Thank you so much. You said, just a daily reminder, Roman is Nev Campbell's favorite ghost face. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I don't know if you were here, but yeah, someone in the chat mentioned how apparently Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega both said Roman is their favorite as well. So then I said, Nev Campbell has said the same thing. You know, I know Roman is a lot of people's favorite, and he's not my favorite whatsoever. Like, there's at least 4 other ghost faces that I like more than Roman. Billy, Stu, Jill, and Charlie. So it's so interesting to me how everyone can have such different opinions, which I think is what makes this franchise and this fandom so great. Um, but yeah, Roman, not my favorite, but I think he's your favorite also, Silver Princess, right? Thank you so much for your super chat. I think no pics of Lillard were leaked because it was public info that he was in the movie. Well, I was actually thinking that, you know, if he's revealed to be alive in the final act, I'm sure that those scenes were filmed indoors somewhere, whether it's inside of an actual home or on a soundstage. And I'm sure that set was kept under wraps. So it's not like he was out on the streets of Atlanta filming. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm thinking there's been no um pictures of him. And I hope it stays that way. I hope no one leaks anything. How old is Sydney's father? Like today, you mean, or in the first movie? You know, I think in the first movie he was only like 38, which is crazy. So he looks older than that. Let's see how old he is now. He is 64. Oh my god, he was only 36 in the first movie. I don't know. To get really meta, what if they had streamers who are doing what you are doing right now, but they are speculating on the new Stab movie, and then Ghostface truly shows up and that is the opening kill? Could be. You never know. Scotty, you're getting crazy with the theories. That's so funny. I mean, although yeah, I mean, if Maureen was cheating, maybe Sydney isn't his daughter. That's funny. Zork is here with a super chat. Thank you. I feel like Tatum's boyfriend is going to be the red herring, and Sydney will feel too guilty for sussing him after he risks his life for Tatum. Yeah, I could see that. I feel like he is going to be just a red herring. But who knows? Like, I do think there's going to be multiple ghost faces in the cult. So maybe he's in Stu's cult, you know? I don't know. So many possibilities, but my gut right now is telling me he is going to be a red herring. So we shall see. I'm so excited to find out. You know, I think I eventually soon I want to do a stream where I don't know, I know a lot of you guys know Zach Cherry here on YouTube. He just put out a video like a few days ago where he did like a tier maker with his predictions of who is going to be Ghostface, who's going to be a kill, opening kill or whatever. So I think I want to do that maybe on a live stream. So we'll talk about it maybe next week. Thank you, Zork, for your super chat and for always supporting the channel and for moderating. We're gonna go for just a few more minutes here. Yeah, no one beats Stu. So good. Matthew Lillard did say that he wasn't supposed to be revealed until the trailer, which is interesting that they were going to do that. Can you imagine? Oh my God. Can you imagine if that was how we found out that he was in the movie? Like, imagine they never announced it back in January the way that they did. And we're all seated for the trailer. And that's how they announced it. I would have had a heart attack. I already couldn't handle the when the news actually broke. But if that's how they announced it, I would have died. I wonder if he's still going to be in the trailer. They might as well. Like, at this point, we know he's coming back. So it's like, use him as a marketing tool at this point. Why not? Isn't there a Scream video game in development? I feel like I heard about that months and months ago. So, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I can see them at this point. They gotta hype up the movie and get people talking about it and have both sides of the Stu movement arguing with each other because it's good for the movie. Like, the Stu believers and the Stu deniers are going to be going at it on the internet when they have Stu in the trailer. I'm really curious how they're going to do it. Like, how is he going to be in the trailer? Are we going to see his face? Is it just going to be his voice? I don't know. I cannot wait to find out. You know, it's like, as much as we have to wait so long for the movie to come out, but the fact that we have the trailer to look forward to, oh my God, that is so, so exciting. I cannot wait. Ray, you're gonna avoid the trailer. Oh my God. I totally get why you want to, but I can't resist. First of all, it's my job to report on it on the channel, so I have to watch it. But even if I wasn't making YouTube videos about it, I don't think I could resist. I really don't think I could. I have to know. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do something with the trailer. Um, might do a reaction. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is an initial reaction, my fate, like actually on me when I'm watching it for the first time. Start the video with that, with my genuine reaction, and then in the same video, do a full breakdown. So after I film the actual reaction, then I'll like pause filming and actually like examine the trailer and write down my notes and, you know, I do a true breakdown. Wait, so Ray, if you're avoiding the trailer, are you gonna watch my trailer reaction? Because I'm gonna do I'm gonna talk about what happens in the trailer, you know? So yeah, Sydney's been through the ringer, and it's only gonna get worse. Hopefully she doesn't lose a family member like her husband or daughter. That would be worse, to lose a kid. When do I think the trailer will actually drop? Man, I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, I think they could do multiple teasers, like but the full length trailer, maybe December. I feel like full length trailers usually drop 2 months before the release. Sometimes 3, sometimes more, honestly. I feel like sometimes trailers drop 6 months ahead of time, right? Like we just got the Black Phone 2 trailer, and it doesn't come out until October. So that's like 4 months away. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Um, all right, I think we're going to wrap it up. Last little bit of horror news I wanted to talk about before we go. Ready or Not 2 wrapped filming, and it has a release date. I think April of 2026. Let me double check that. April 10th, 2026, we are getting Ready or Not 2. So that's exciting. I posted about that on my Instagram, in my Instagram story. So please do me a favor, go follow me on Instagram if you're not already, because I do post about some horror content and stuff on my Instagram and my Twitter account. Stuff that I don't really always post here on YouTube. So if you want to stay up to date with some stuff, go follow me over there. The links to my other social media accounts are down in the description. So yeah, you can find me elsewhere as well. Thank you guys for hanging out for the past hour. You can definitely expect some new content in the next few days, specifically Dexter, but I do have a Scream video planned, so stay tuned for that. I did drop a Scream video the other day, so if you haven't seen that yet, please do so. But thank you guys again for all of your comments and your questions. Thank you to everyone who sent in a super chat. So that was Percy, Scotty, Silver Princess, and Zork. I greatly appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will talk to you soon.